Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Ghost. Now I got her in the arena as a 4-star. We're going to take her up to rank 5. We're going to awaken her, and then we're going to take a closer look at her abilities and her synergies. And we'll talk a little bit about my first impressions of her abilities. And then we're going to take her into Realm of Legends. We're going to practice with her against Winter Soldier. So you will see the first time I am attempting to play with Ghost and trying to mimic some of the things that I've seen people do in videos. Now, she is considered by many to be the best champion in the game, if there is such a thing. You know, this game is pretty much a rock, paper, scissors type of a game. So you have champions that are better at certain encounters. But in the right hands, in the right skilled hands, Ghost can handle more encounters than any other champion currently. That is why she is considered the best in the game right now. But hopefully, when you guys see me in Realm of Legends, you'll see that she does take practice. So she may not be your cup of tea. You may not enjoy that particular style that you will have to learn when fighting with Ghost. And as we'll see with her synergies, she really relies on the Wasp synergy in particular. All right, so we're going to take her all the way up, as you see, and then we'll have a little bit of gameplay. And then at the very end, we're going to have not a full kill, but you'll see how I improved with Ghost. So we take her into Realm of Legends, so you get to see the first one. Then I actually did record my second attempt, but because the video was getting long, I decided to leave that part out and just show you my third attempt, which was a much improved gameplay, and I was able to concentrate because I wasn't trying to narrate and comment on what I was doing and what was happening at the same time as trying to learn her new fighting style. Okay, so let's see what Ghost is all about. All right, so we've got Ghost ranked up to 5, and we're not going to look at her attributes because she's only a 4-star here, but we are going to take a look at these synergy bonuses because she has some really nice ones. So the first one, Formidable Foe. With Ant-Man, Ghost gets 15% attack for every buff that she has. And Ant-Man gets 15% attack for each debuff that's on the opponent. That's actually a very good synergy for Ant-Man. But this one here, Microscopic Observation, that I feel is the key synergy for making Ghost the beast that she is. So with Wasp, she gets this bonus. All of her special attacks are unblockable when triggered while phasing. If you have ever seen any footage of her fighting, you'll notice that they will phase and immediately launch a special. And you'll see the unblockable, and it does crazy damage. And we're going to take a look at why it does that. And then you have the Untouchables, where she takes no damage while phasing, which is a very nice thing. And of course, Hood starts the fight invisible, which is cute. All right, now let's take a look at her signature ability. Now, Ghost does not need to be awakened, but it's nice, and let's look at why. So at the start of the fight, she will begin phasing for 2 seconds. So she starts the fight phased. If you're running suicides, this is awesome. All right. Now, when opponents miss, which they do when she is phasing, she generates power. 2% at level 1 here of max power. And I'll put a few Sig Stones into her to see how that scales up in a moment. All right, so now let's get to her abilities. Her dash back is how she phases. That is Ghost. That's the main thing about Ghost, all right? So you phase for 2 seconds when you do a dash back. And if you have an armor break on you, that's not going to happen. And that's something very, very important to note. Okay? Or if she has a precision passive, and that's going to be key because there is a cooldown on her phasing. And you don't see it there, but when you read a little bit more here, you'll see where that cooldown comes in. It's just not explicit. All right, so her phasing. While phasing, incoming attacks have a 100% chance to miss, and each damage over time debuff on Ghost converts to a Fury passive, increasing attack rating, okay, by 5 seconds. So do you see it there? Not yet. Next, upon phasing, gain a precision passive for 6 seconds, which guarantees the next hit to be a critical and consumes the precision passive. Ghost can only land critical hits through her abilities. So that's a little bit of a cooldown there, all right? Because she's going to gain, when you phase, she's going to gain that precision passive, which means she's not going to be able to phase again for at least 6 seconds unless you launch something, a hit, and you get the crit, and it consumes the precision passive. That's how I read that. Now, I'm not a Ghost expert, so bear with me. I'm reading this here for the first time. That is my take on it. All right, so you get the precision passive for 6 seconds. Your next hit will be a critical, and it'll consume the precision passive. And we read earlier that she cannot phase while she has an armor break or a precision passive. So if you phase, you're not going to be able to phase right away until you do something with the precision passive. So either 6 seconds has passed or you've hit and consumed it. All right? And she can only land criticals through her abilities. Phasing is immediately deactivated when Ghost initiates an attack or blocks an attack. All right? So that's useful to know. So you got to kind of play her a little bit differently than you might be used to. And that's an understatement. She is not easy to play. She is really good in the right hands, all right? So all her attacks, her critical hits cannot be evaded. Now, note, only her abilities will allow her to be, get critical hits. So you phase, then you launch a special. It is now unblockable, guaranteed crits because of the precision passive, and it can't be evaded. So it's unblockable, and it can't be evaded, and it's going to crit. Nasty. Non-critical hits have a 10% chance to gain a cruelty buff, increasing critical damage by, a certain amount for 20 seconds. And they can stack up to 5. So even though she doesn't crit on her regular hits, you have a 10% chance to gain this cruelty buff so that you're doing more damage when you finally do crit with your abilities. Very nice. When the opponent evades, gain a precision passive for 6 seconds. All right? Now, her heavy attack has a 50% chance for a Fury, increasing your attack, by a certain amount for 10 seconds. The chance to gain a cruelty buff on a heavy, non-critical hit increases the longer the heavy attack is charged. So you want to hold the heavy for a little bit, then launch it. If you can get them, if they're stunned, even better. All right? And then you can see here what her special attack 1, 2, and 3 do. All right? So you see the special 1, you gain 3 precision passives, and when it is triggered right after you phased, each hit is guaranteed to crit. Special 2, you gain a cruelty buff, so that increases your critical damage for 20 seconds. Then refresh all cruelty buffs generated by Ghost. All right. And when triggered immediately upon phasing, each hit, once again, guaranteed to crit. And look at her special 3. Each cruelty buff generated by Ghost converts to a permanent cruelty passive. You remember what those cruelty buffs do. Okay? She is looking really, really nice. All right, now, let's take a look again. 2% max power she increases, all right? And, yeah, 1294. All right, so I'm going to put a couple of sig stones. See, 2. Not much. And I hate this bug. She does have it has been applied, but unless you come out and go back in, you're not going to see it. I hope they fix it. All right, so you see she's got level 3. And it went up, so it will be increasing. So she'll get more power per miss the higher your sig level is. This attack rating here did not change, nor did the critical damage rating. That did not change either. It doesn't look like the heavy. Okay, so increasing her sig just gives you more power when they miss while she's phased. All right, so that is Ghost. Let's take a look at her in action. All right, so we're going to go ahead and visit our favorite punching bag, Winter Soldier. And I'm going to, of course, activate all of her synergies. And there you are. So we'll go ahead and put in Ant-Man, and we'll go ahead and put in Wasp. Only have her as a 4-star, but the synergy doesn't matter. And we'll put in Hood. All right. And yeah, that's fine. Now, I believe the only synergy that you really, really want is that Wasp synergy. But let's play around. Let's see. Now, again, I am not anywhere near a Ghost expert. And I'm running double edge. So, first thing that's going to happen, of course, you see it has that, it converted it. All right. And you saw that it crit. See? All right. Let's see. Oops. Yeah. See, it takes practice. I was trying to phase and then launch my special. All right. Let's, okay. Okay, come on. All right. Okay. Still trying to get the timing down. All right. That time I didn't want to try and phase. There we go. Yeah. It's going to take some practice to play with her. And see right there, I didn't get the crit because I hit her. Yeah, not what you're used to. Definitely takes practice. All right, let's get a Fury. Yeah, I was waiting it out because it wouldn't let me fire the special off right away. And of course, that time I didn't have a special to fire off. Okay. Okay, got one crit. All right, yeah. She still had the precision buffs up so that she couldn't phase. All right, so to end the video, you're going to see my third attempt at Winter Soldier with Ghost. I had the second one recorded, but decided to leave that out because this video was already too long. So, not an expert by any means, but as you will see, the gameplay is much improved. This is not a full kill, but hopefully you can enjoy it anyway. So, enjoy. Alright, that's gonna do it guys for this video. Clearly I need a lot more practice with Ghost before I can call myself proficient. Lots of things to learn. I heard that she can phase and not take damage from the recoil. As you can see, recoils really did me in, so I need to learn how to do that if it is indeed possible, like I've heard. So lots of practice is required for Ghost. So if you're thinking about getting her, she is good, but just realize that you can't just pick her up and start playing her the way that you've seen some of the videos. She does take practice, and she has a pretty steep learning curve because it's not what you're used to. Alright, so take care, guys. Click like, leave a comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this video. If you have Ghost, let me know what you think about her. And you guys have a blessed day.